Welcome to the Real Board Loft. I'm Trip Forman, and today we're going to be talking about the Vernor Mini Simmons. This is Mini Simmons version 2.0 because it's not about old people on big Mini Simmons. It's about hip people on tiny Mini Simmons. You know, normally my boards are about here, and then now we're going to be going down about here. I want to introduce you to our filmer and somebody that should be a pro surfer, but he's just humbly kind of hanging out behind the lens, Jeffrey O'Neill. Jeffrey, how are you?
What's going on, everyone?
This is your small, like, cat-like board, your tiny little Mini Simmons. Hey, tell us about this board, man. What do you like about the Vernor Mini Simmons?
What don't I like would be a better question. It's probably the most perfect summer board there's ever been made, ever. I don't know, I feel like it's really just this big flat tail. You just get so much push out of it. You can paddle into waves. You can paddle into waves when it's this big, and then, you know, when it's like chest high, you can paddle into waves easy, but kind of maxes out at chest high, but still, like, oh, I've rode this thing all summer, every single day. You can tell it's got some wear and tear.
Right, and how many sessions do you think you have on this board?
Probably like 100 at least.
And something that something that people should know about Jeffrey's like sessions is that like his 100 sessions would be about your maybe like 10,000 sessions, the number of waves that he catches in a session. It's kind of crazy. He's just on a loop, like boom, 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 again and again. But I mean, Jeffrey, looking at this thing, like how wide it is, and like, you know, you're talking about like the tail, right? Like just
right.
like how that's pushing you into waves and getting you going really fast. What about like, I mean, you're in the air on this thing quite a bit. Like, how's that thing for launching airs? Like just having that big tail.
It's insane. It feels like a skateboard because you can, when you get it going and then you put your foot all the way back, kind of right in front of where the plug is, if you get it all the way back and you load up on it and push it, it actually feels like it's the closest thing I've ever felt to an actual skateboard, because it comes off the water so easily. Like when you push, it reacts really well, versus like if you're trying to air on a shortboard, you need a lot of wave and like power and like a good section. Whereas this thing, you could be surfing literal
right,
and you can like throw the tail, or you just get so much speed on it, and then you can turn it like a shortboard. Like it goes so fast. It's just like the ultimate summer board. I feel like I can't believe I haven't ridden something like this until I got it, and I was like, wow, I'm never not gonna have one of these ever again.
So what are the dimensions on the board you've been riding?
This one's, well, I don't really, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how to read Vernor's dims here. That's the middle, so 20, so it's 5'2", 2.5, 21 and 3/8.
And how many liters?
31 liters.
Okay. And how much? How tall are you, and how much do you weigh?
I'm 6'2", and I weigh like 170,
okay.
175 maybe.
Okay.
I'm not really sure. I haven't stepped on a scale in a while, but.
And what about that that round nose? You know, compared to like a shortboard nose, what's that doing for you?
I feel like it helps when you're paddling into crappy waves, because it almost, I don't know if it's the tail or the nose, but either way, when you put your chest down kind of on the front and you're paddling into a bad wave, you start to move like you're on a longboard. Like you can paddle as fast as a crappy little wave. Like whereas, you know, if you hop on a shortboard in the summer and you're trying to paddle into crappy waves,
right,
it's going to be really hard. It is really hard. But this thing, you kind of just put your chest down and like put your head down and paddle really hard, and you'll get into any wave.
What about like on your airs and stuff where you're like coming around and landing backwards before you spin it around? You notice like the wider nose, like you got a little bit more to land on?
Yeah, exactly. It's like a bigger platform. It's so wide, and so yeah, like full all the way up. You know, it doesn't even start really coming in till here, but even then, even here, it's still really wide. But yeah, when you do an air on it, I don't know, it's such a weird board to even do airs on, because I feel like if you walk down to the, like, you're like, oh, what's up, boys? You would never, when you see someone walking down the beach with this, you're not like,
you're expecting like going fast in turns, but
right,
not
fast in turns and like loose, but like fun and good in small waves. But like you can fly through the air on it, and then when you land, the deck, I mean, it's almost 22 inches wide.
Right.
And so you have so much area to land on.
Yeah.
And it's so stable. Like versus, I guess the only thing is you can't whip it as fast as you can a shortboard, like when you try an air or like a fin blow or something. But I mean, that speaks for itself. It's a big wide board.
Yeah.
But it's
yeah.
you can do airs on it very, very easily. Much easier than I ever imagined, even looking at it the first time. I remember I got it and I was like, oh, this is pretty weird, because I had ridden a bigger one and I was like, I think a smaller one of these would be really fun.
Yeah.
Just got it, custom, random. And first time I rode it at the lighthouse, it was weird. It was really weird. I was like, the waves were kind of good and punchy. And I thought, just because it wasn't that big, I was like, oh, I'll go ride the Mini Simmons. And I got out there and I was like, whoa, this thing's crazy. And then I started riding it in really crappy waves, like bad waves. And the more I got into summer and the more I rode it, the more I was just like, this thing's amazing.
So what about those crazy looking fins, man? That's like not like your standard thruster.
Right. This is the Vernor Classic. You got to ride the controllers. I mean, and that's another thing people always ask me about is fin setups and like would I change it or do twin or something? But no, I wouldn't, because this is all you need for. Like you can put it on, as much as you can put a board like this on rail, you can put it on rail with this like setup. And
I mean, that session we were surfing up at P Island when you did that one turn right in my face, dude. That was about on rail as you can get
exactly.
on that board, man. That was a good turn.
Yeah, thanks. And but that's what I'm saying. Like you can bite hard on these quads, and like they hold. I mean, I've rarely, if ever, have slipped out on this board.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. And I think those fins are a big part of that board too. You know, like having that tail's really committed as far as like how wide it is and how straight it is, and you got to have the fin set to support that much area. And those, I think those fins have always been a big part of the performance, you know, of that board. But it's cool to see you're still on them like in atypical Mini Simmons surfing. You know what I mean? Like most people aren't surfing this thing the way that you're surfing it, and the fact that you're still riding those fins is cool to see. They even switched out to something else.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what else I would try. Honestly, it's like
if it works, don't mess with it.
Yeah, exactly. 6 inches to 3 foot. It's
all right. So the big question is, it's not summer anymore, right? So can you ride your summer board in the winter?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Just gotta pick the right day.
Right.
If you want to wear the wetsuit, but I mean, yeah, I wouldn't ride like, I don't know. Once it starts to get punchy or like shoulder high, I'm probably off this thing. Unless it's shoulder high and just like
lined up
and slopey. It'd be really fun. But it definitely has a top end, but I swear by it. And waves that are ankle high up to shoulder high.
Nice.
It's the funnest board ever.
Well, that's the Vernor Mini Simmons with Jeffrey O'Neill. If you have any questions about the Mini Simmons or you want to place an order, you can always give us a call at the shop, 252-987-6000, or look us up online, realwatersports.com/surfing. Jeffrey, thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Vernor.
And thank you for tuning in.